Welcome back to Fantasy Football. I am your host, Sabotage, and this is Sports First, number one in sports as always. Let's get right into the mania, the craziness, which is the NFL and NFL fantasy. As you see right there, there's your letters all around. King of fantasy, most definitely. Mr. George, the Kittle Corn Kittle. If that makes any sense. I don't even know what his nickname is to be. I'm pretty sure there is a nickname for George Kittle, but let's get down to 12 to 15 minutes since you just watched 7 whole hours of football. As dude from fantasy or NFL Red Zone says, I already said you're king of the ring or king of fantasy with 39 points, 12 targets, 9 receptions for 181 yards. Good amount came at the very ending of the game, 2 touchdowns, going back to his ways. But at the same time, they didn't get the win, so it doesn't help out. Yeah, obviously. I mean, it helps his stat. Just have to do a little something with the camera. I see that they're just glitching, but I don't know what to do about that. But obviously it helps him out. I don't know what's up with that, but hopefully it doesn't mess with the recording. But yes, back to Quito. Well, yeah, they didn't get the win. It was I mean, I think it was, yeah, they obviously went for it in the four. I don't know, just they went all the way from close to, I think it was the first, because was there a fumble? I think it was a fumble by a fumble, or I think it was a fumble. I just literally watched the game and it's already over my head. It'd be like that sometimes. But as you could see, your top five are all wide receiver. Well, top six is all receivers. Crazy number, big numbers from all the receivers. Cup, Higgins. Dang, he's got a question mark by him now. That ain't fun because I got T Higgins and he's one of my best players. Dang, this is the second time he's actually gotten. I did see during I rewatched the highlights and he was actually getting up and limping off. So that ain't no good for none of us fantasy holders of T Higgins. Deontay Johnson out there balling. They got himself a dub, as you see right there. 11 targets for 8 receptions, 105, 2 touchdowns from Kittle. I mean, I consider Kittle here and there as well, obviously he's a tight end, but he's just elite with his hands, blocking skills, just all around. Kittle's demands with 39 effing points, man. If you do play in the ESPN leagues, there's a look in the CBS numbers, but not sure if that's all around numbers right there. Let's take a look at that real quizzy. I don't see the points. 36 points for Tom Brady. Maybe this might be because of the passing yards. I don't know what the reason is for CBS having their numbers this high for the quarterbacks compared to maybe it is. I mean, or is this just showing the quarterbacks? What am I? Oh, it's quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers. I don't know what the reason for these numbers being like this. To be honest with you, mate. But let's check out some of the standings and all. 2 of the last games were pretty good today. Obviously, these 2 right easy. Well, we got 2 games left. This is as you can see, this is before this Broncos versus Chiefs. Kansas City, Chief of Kansas City, the chief of the town, Patrick Mahomes, hoping for. Well, I technically won my game, but there's like some big toy in our league, with 3 people probably ending up being 6-6 and 2 playoff spots left, and I'm facing one of those 6-6. If he ends up being 6-6, he's got a couple of good players left, but that's a different story for a different day. But yeah, then we got the Bills versus Patriots. This could decide if Miami Dolphins could actually end up somehow, some way, getting a spot for that playoff. With I mean, let's see how tough that schedule is. It's actually pretty tough. With if they lose this as if the Buffalo Billiards end up losing to the Patriots, losing to the Bucks, Panthers. These are all good defenses, to be honest. Then you got the Patriots again on the 26th. I can't say that the Falcons' defense is good, but I'm tripping. I thought there was only 5 games left. But oh no, it's 5 games after this week. Or is it because some teams have the bye next week? Something like that. But still, even the Jets can be tough. I don't know. Sometimes they can be tough. With Robert Saleh coming in as the head coach and everything. But say they end up losing all 4 of these games in a row. That then the Miami Dolphins just have a really good chance. They're only 1 game. I mean, look at that: 6-7 versus 7-4. Am I missing something here? Because they got what 3 more losses than them. Not 3 more. Whoa, that's what I'm missing. The math wasn't adding up for me, but obviously, as you can see, the Bills would, they lose today, they'd be 7-5. They win today, pretty much you could. I don't know if it seals the deal, but as long as Miami keep winning, and their schedule isn't as hard, or last I checked, isn't as hard. I mean, they already beat the Dolphins. They already beat the Giants, which was actually a pretty tough defense at times. They even gave Brady somewhat of a hard time. You get the Jets, as I said, Jets can be hard too. Saints, but they don't have any offense, so all you have to do is put up like 25-20, and I believe that Tua can do that. Titans, they're iffy and jiffy. Their offense is iffy and jiffy, and their defense is the same. And then you got the Pats. So actually, it's much harder than I thought. But this offense is actually really good with Tua. You got Waddle, you got Gesicki, you got Hurts, or I forget old boy's name, but that other wide receiver, Wagga. Then you got Myles Gaskin, who's been playing like shotguns and all this other financial stuff. Then you got Philip Lindsay, who could be their James Conner, which I'm afraid because I got Gaskins. They got Parker. They got somebody. I'm missing another one of their wide receivers, another one or two. I mean, they're a pretty good team, to be honest. They're just and their defense is really good, So Dolphins could somehow make it to that playoff spots, and Bills it would be crazy, but somewhat crazy. But the Bills, this NFL season is pretty. I mean, look at that. You wouldn't expect it. Plus, with 18 game, I mean, this is an 18-game season. I mean, you could just look up and down and just see how wild it is this season compared to most years. With like the only teams that technically have losing records in the freaking AFC is like what the Jets. You can say is a lose. Jets and the bottom 2 from the AFC South, as these 2 suckers right here, Jaguars and Texans, and there's good reasons for that. This is a rebuilding team, and technically this is a rebuild team too, because Watson ain't playing no more. He ain't playing no more out there. This game right here, Ravens versus we can go check it out real quick. Ravens. Man, I don't have this. Oh man, let me just go ahead and get right to it. Could have easily just clicked the Ravens, and it would, their score line would have obviously showed up for me. But I'm being FC's. Where the heck are they? They were just up there. Yeah, let's go to the AFC. But that Ravens, when they went for they could have kicked the field goal, but Harbaugh decided to go for the extra, and it didn't work out that time for him. But hey, you gotta try. It was actually catchable ball. He went to the right, but that didn't work out for them. And I mean, they had the game, and it was like 5-6 minutes left, and they pretty much killed the clock. Big Benny Hanna. I believe that this would have been it for the Pittsburgh Steelers. If I mean, they would have been what? They would have been 5-6-1. That tie, that one tie. I don't believe there's another tie in the NFL, but man, Lamar Jackson just so fun to watch. Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray, two of my top favorite quarterback. I mean, Tom Brady's fun, like one of the funnest to watch. But if you love scrambler quarterbacks, which I do, um, that's the man's right there. Lamar Jackson, just the way he gets away from pass. I mean, he did it this week, this game, last game, just the way he got away from defenders is craziness. Let's look at the EFC, NFC. Cowboys look like still the leaders in that in this division. NFC, it's crazy how they're actually like they're actually having a race for the wild card. Over here. Well, yeah, race for the wild card, in the NFC East, obviously Washington still made it with a terrible record last year, and Dallas also had a terrible record last year. But I mean, Dallas is actually looking real good. Their defense is awesome. Their offense just it's kind of slacking a little bit right now with Amari Cooper being out, CD Lamb with the concussion and all, but he still came back this Thursday, as y'all saw. Um, but they're just not clicking as much. Kyler Murray, the best team in the NFL right now. They 3 games were at Kyler Murray, and they still found a way to be 3-1 in that 3-1, 2-1 during that time. Hopkins wasn't there either during that time, and that's craziness right there. And they still haven't gotten their running back. Edmonds back. James Conner is still there. James Conner pretty much got that number one role ever since Edmonds went down. I mean, James Conner was playing good anyways. Lions finally got their win. Bears just always shitting their pants. Never not shitting their pants. But the Vikings, man, I feel like they easily could have a playoff spot, but they just, I mean, they still could make it. Obviously with the 7 teams, yeah, they still can make. Just say the Panthers shit themselves, which they always do. But I feel like that 7th spot could easily go to the Eagles or Washington Redskins, since the Rams and the Ramblers, the Rams and man could actually, yeah, Minnesota could easily make it actually, since the Eagles can and cannot, but there's still a good amount of time left, so it's all over the place, mates. Got the King of the Ring out of the way. Dallas Goedert had himself a pretty good game with Brandon Minshew came in. St. Brown had that game winner. Jonathan Taylor making the case for an MVP. I would say yes, yes, yes. Sony Michelle came in today as a starter since Henderson was injured. Any notable other things? I think that'll be it. Sabotage out. That was fun. And not in the sun, in the winter. Um, Actually, just in the light. How about that? How about that? It's been all from We Out Here, We Gone, Sabotage out. Thanks for watching.